I'm Giavanna. I'm in the shop today here to talk about our new exciting knit along that's upcoming and our sheep skills guide, tracker, etc.
Welcome to Black Sheep.
So Catherine and I had been thinking a while ago about how to organize our classes and our workshops, our worksheets in ways to make knitters feel empowered and a way to track your growth over time here at Black Sheep. So we came up with the Black Sheep Knitting Sheep Guide. So in the sheep guide, we have levels new sheep to black sheep. Each level is a different kind of set of skills that we hope for you to learn and grow in as you continue in your knitting journey. You may kind of go all over sheep wise, like maybe you start 2 sheep one place and you have like a 3 sheep skill that you're working on. Maybe you have the 5 sheep confidence. So we really just want to make this a fun experience for everyone to get sheep stamps on their sheep tracker here in the shop. So I'll walk you through it. So new sheep is beginner. You have not started to knit or purl. You are new, you are ready, you are excited to learn and grow. So in the shop, we will teach you how to knit, purl, cast on, bind off, and that is a new sheep skill. 1 sheep, like that is when you have all of your knits and purls accomplished. You know how to cast on, bind off. You feel really good with the kind of beginner skills in the shop. You get a 1 sheep stamp when you get all those skills. 2 sheep is like experienced beginner. So we want you to know all the 1 sheep skills plus more advanced cast-ons, bind-offs, like reading beginner patterns and really feeling comfortable moving through steps in your knitting. Magic loop or small circumference is a big 2 sheep skill, and we have classes here in the shop to help you gain those techniques. And basic color work is a 2 sheep skill. So think about hats, scarves, cowls, even basic color work on a sweater. That would be a 2 sheeper. Then we go into 3 sheep, which is intermediate. So you need to have all the 2 sheep skills plus keeping work in pattern. So if you have a textured pattern like a double moss, a seed, that's a 3 sheep skill. Reading and being really fluent in chart reading, so flat and in the round, knowing that flat, you read your chart always right to left, then left to right for wrong side and right side rows. Or opposite, right side rows are right to left, wrong side rows left to right, and you go back and forth, boom, boom. Versus in the round, it's always right to left. So we really want you to be masterful in those skills as a 3 sheeper. And then picking up stitches. You might have picked up stitches in previous sheeps, but this is really masterful picking up stitches where your stitches look really, really crisp and clean and your edges are nice and straight and it looks really polished. All right, 4 sheep, experienced intermediate. That's really fluency in short row shaping. So you might have done short row shaping before, but that's Japanese short rows, German short rows, wrap and turn short rows. You feel really good about your short row skills. You can do it in pattern, in texture, in rib, etc. And you don't have any of those finicky holes that you sometimes have when you do short rows. So that is really like a 4 sheep mastery. More advanced skills of following directions. So that is like every 5th row you do this while you're also doing stripes and you're also reading a chart. We want to make sure you can do multiple things at once as a 4 sheeper. 5 sheep, advanced. This is really like comfortable with more techniques, more advanced patterns, but it's also a state of mind. We've been thinking, so you might have like 2 sheep skills, but you have 5 sheep state of mind and readiness. It's really a ready to tackle anything, really adventurous, not afraid to frog, because all good knitters rip. That's That's kind of like the 5 sheep. And then black sheep is expert. We don't have any skills associated with black sheep. That is when you feel really, really, really confident in your knitting. You have the skills, you have the techniques, your work looks really polished, and it's something to be really proud of. Well, all sheep are something to be really proud of, but black sheep is kind of like a mastery level. So in the shop, we have all these sheep guides that you can refer back to, and then we have, like I said, our sheep tracker. So as you move up in your sheep, whether you're taking classes here or workshops or you're knitting on your own, when you come in and you feel like you've mastered another sheep level, we will give you a sheep stamp. And you can collect your stamps on this tracker as a way just to feel really good about your progress as a knitter. So come in and grab your tracker and grow in your sheep skills. On our website, we'll also have different sheep skills to match, I guess let's say to match our workshops. So you might see a 2 sheep workshop, a 3 sheep workshop, a 4 sheep workshop. That's really just a guide to say, these are the skills that we hope for you to have as you come into the workshop. But all teachers will also list out different skills and techniques that you're gonna learn or we'd like you to have before joining us in class. So starting on March 7th, we will have our Stripe It All knit along. I think stripes are really happy, and sometimes we just need a little bit more joy and happiness. And you can have, a lot of fun with your stripes. So for example, I'm wearing the Rias sweater by Wandering Flock. This is a DK weight sweater of a choose your own adventure stripes. There's 4 different stripe charts in the pattern, and you can play as much as you want. So I did an intarsia in mine. It doesn't call for intarsia, but you can do that. The back is opposite of the front. The back of the sleeves is opposite from the front of the sleeves. It really is kind of do your own thing. I'm calling it Stripe It All, and it's really loose stripes. So you can do something like this where the stripes in the pattern. You could use a self-striping yarn to make a hat or socks or a cowl. You can do something like this, which is my Patagonia Peaks sweater, where there's stripes in there. So really it is pretty loose definition of stripes. This is a worsted Aran weight yarn, so we have plenty of that in the shop. You could use this Amelie yarn, which is really beautiful and fluffy. It's kind of a chainette construction. This is my stripe hype sweater. I cannot promise you that my hair will not get messed up as I put on all these different sweaters, but this is a DK weight sweater by Kudavakika. It is pretty fun with different stripe patterns on top and bottom. You can do as many different combinations as you want as colors. And then the really fun details are like the cuff has twisted rib and a different contrasting color. So you have the cuff and the collar, all really fun. So you can use a variety of yarns. It is like a DK, like light worsted. So you could use double Sunday. We have plenty of that here. These are actually some pretty fun colors together. You could even throw in, do like these guys together. You want a pink, maybe you do like a pink, green, a yellow would be really fun. Like really go wild with your colors for this one. You could even do it out of like a cotton. So think about our Sammy XL. This would work really well. I actually like these colors together. Maybe we bring in like a white with this too. Could be kind of fun. So yeah, I think those are some options for this sweater. This is the Leith cardigan by Rebecca Clow. It is a DK light worsted weight sweater that you can make out of a bunch of different yarns. So mine is out of double Sunday, which I just showed you. You could also use Sammy XL. That's what Robin made hers out of. There's some pretty cool colors. actually think like these go really well together if you want to think about something more springy. I love the green and the pink. I really love this one. Robin's giving me a signal to do a little turn so you can see the back and tarja line on the back of the sweater, which is really fun. Let's talk about the frost line sweater. So I actually stole this from my mother. It's her sweater in progress, the new frost line sweater by Andrea Mowry. It's really beautiful where there's kind of two stripes on top of each other in contrasting colors that make this almost optical illusion look. In the shop, you could use our cotton merino. So think about, like, this could be really fun with the pink and the purple as the stripes. For some reason, I'm really drawn to like the tealy and the purple and the pink together with the gray. So these are all kind of options you can use for the frost line sweater. And I thank my mother for letting me take her work in progress with me here. What else do we have? We have Hohi's boxy raglan sweater, which is super fun. This is a really airy sweater, so I know it looks really fluffy, but it's airy, and I've worn it like spring into fall with all the colors. You could also do this. The cotton merino would work for this. It's worsted to Aran. You can also use the Emily too. Okay, next I want to show some other yarns and combinations that you could do for kind of any of these sweaters. So we have Sammy in the DK weight. This would be pretty beautiful to do. You think about the Tulsa tee out of this. You could think about the cami version of Tulsa. Bringing our beautiful mannequin over. This would be really beautiful out of the Sammy. You could also do this out of the Line. I love these colors together. Can you see that as a Tulsa? Even kind of these colors together. These colors. These colors. Can you think about how cool this would look as a summer sweater? Look at these colors. And these. I guess you're endlessly inspired by the different beautiful colors of Line that you can use for any summer tank, t-shirt, even shorts. I'm working on a pair of shorts right now. You can use them on Line. All right, let's put our friend down. We have some beautiful Madeline Tosh. You could do the Raya sweater out of. It's a nice DK. It would be a great weight for that. Patagonia is always a go-to. And you could do that for most of the sweaters I mentioned. North Bay is great for like a sport weight sweater. You could probably get away with North Bay for a Tulsa tee or tank. I just love that I get to be surrounded by lots and lots of yarn all the time. Think about the Soldanta. This has some stripes in it, right? It's stripy. You just out of a DK weight, so you could think about the Double Sunday, you think about the Madeline Tosh, you think about the Sammy. We have some beautiful Ella Ray over here. That's a sport. Those would be beautiful for a stripy something, a hat, shawl, scarf, sweater. Then if you want more cotton, we have it. We have this beautiful baby cotton. Let's see. You could do, I kind of love, do these go? Do the purple and I keep calling this purple. It's pink. You could do pink and blue. I know Robin was really feeling this combination earlier. How about the blue and kind of this like bluey, steely color? There's plenty of combos you could choose from. Okay, I think we have made a sufficient mess and we've showed you enough yarn for this morning. So again, the Stripe It All Knit Along starts on March 7th from 3 to 5 here in the shop. I will be here most Saturdays to walk you through your stripe project and provide just guidance and inspiration and support and encouragement. Feel free to make anything, a sweater, a hat, socks, scarves. If you want to make gloves for next year, you choose your adventure for the Stripe Knit Along. Okay, that's everything I have for you today. Have a wonderful time knitting this week, and I'll see you in the shop.